Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Welcome. So glad to have you here with me today. A lot's been going on. We know that Jessica Maroney has been caught up in a whole firestorm of just being a bad girl, naughty girl, trying to, you know, look one way in public, but then another way behind the scenes, trying to say, I'm going to sue you for libel, and just trying to be all, just the attitude, the kind of girl that this Jessica is just so off my radar. Someone who I could never associate with. And the fact that that's Meghan Markle's best friend, like that tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? It tells you everything you need to know. Meghan Markle's BFF, Jessica Maroney, has really done some things that got her into some hot water. Sasha Exeter indirectly, basically, wanted some of her followers and people that she knew that had a lot of following to post on their Instagram something about the current racial issues that we are dealing with, the race wars that are going on. Well, Jessica didn't like this too much and kind of went off on Sasha for this. Even threatened to sue her for libel. Jessica Maroney is someone who wanted to just not have anything to do with this Black Lives Matter. How she went about it was just so diva. It was so cutthroat. Jessica just went all buck wild crazy over the whole situation, and now look at her. She lost her temper. Essentially, that is what happened. She felt a sense of entitlement from it and was just like, oh, how dare you ask me such a question, you know? And just so her portrayal of who she wants to be in public and who she really is as a person really came out. And for that, she has essentially shot herself in the foot, because now she has lost her own livelihood by trying to check Sasha and saying that I'm gonna make you lose your livelihood. So you can see that when you have a situation when you are just feeling like you're not feeling somebody or they get on your nerves, this is what we're learning from this. Don't respond in anger. Simply have your reason why or why not you can do something and keep it moving. Keep it moving. But to me, there's an undertone of maybe jealousy or envy is perhaps why Jessica responded the way she did. And it helps you to appreciate, you know, someone's true character. And to also look at the character of, you know, possibly Meghan, because what did they say? Birds of a feather, what, flock together? I wouldn't put it past Meghan to be able to do something like that. Although she might be a little bit more careful, I can see her attitude is possibly the same way. One way in public, but behind scenes, a completely different kind of way. With the more fame has come more entitlement, and I'm better than you, and the little people. But, you know, these are women that have a lot to lose. So they have to be very careful how they do certain things. And Jessica, she just lost it. And she's suffering really, really bad now. And I can imagine for Meghan, she knows she can't be seen with Jessica. She knows she better not be seen hugging her, doing nothing, because it's going to be a reflection of her and the kind of friends and company that she keeps. So if this is just not something else that's going to really cause Meghan to have to be a little bit more careful, this is a situation with her best friend. I think it is one of those things that is just the beginning of a lot more to come for Meghan. Because you can't live in this world of being false in your true self. It eventually comes out. And we've seen it come out with Meghan in terms of the people that have worked for her. They've quit. You know that we've had people who have written articles about Meghan, like the photographer, other people who have worked with her. They've talked about her true behavior. So at some point, who you really are eventually does end up coming out, because we know Meghan is not what she appears to be to most people who still support her. And if you don't really follow the comings and goings of Meghan, you just read these little puff pieces that they put out with the PR people, you're not going to know unless you listen to people like myself or others who speak about Meghan's true character. You're not going to know. So eventually it's all going to come to light. It will. We'll see it. But there was something written in the page 6, and it was written by Cindy Adams, and it's called Meghan Markle Described as a Fame Addict in New Royals Book. This is Lady C's book. So apparently Miss Lady C is talking about Meghan being a fame addict, and we can see this as part of her character. We've pretty much seen it, and I guess Lady C is going to talk a little bit more about that. Lady Colin Campbell knows from scandals. She's bounced through a few in her colorful life. She told me on the phone, I know the lot, the royals, the courtiers, their friends. I've attended their parties, been to their homes, and I've taken care to be positive and even-handed, although Meghan's thrown the whole British family under the bus. Yes, she has thrown the whole British family under the bus, because I'm looking at the kind of person that they let into the royal family, me and my whole perception of what the royal family was. And then I see this, Meghan was allowed to infiltrate the royal family via Harry. And the just what I see and what Meghan has been able to do, what the royals let her do while in the royal family is I'm gobsmacked over. I just can't believe it. And I just look at, really, you let this girl come into your family, into your life, and completely wreak havoc. I would have made Harry, he would have had to have dated her a lot longer than they dated. I don't know what the rush was to get married, but they clearly did not know each other long enough for anyone to validate that relationship, to vet it properly. And we know that there's a lot of things that have come out about Meghan since they've gotten married. And I mean, they didn't know that she was trying to do this from the beginning, just to kind of get in because fame was her forte. She wanted to be famous. I mean, anyone could have seen that. And I'm just so surprised by the royal family that they allowed this to happen. It seems very, very careless. This person is no more suited to royal life than Angelina Jolie would be competitive boxing. She has inflated herself beyond natural entitlement. Since she always wanted to be a star, she has this propensity for exaggeration. And I do see that she is a complete exaggeration of herself. She thinks she's entitled to getting any kind of job because she is married to Prince Harry, like working with A-list directors, you know, doing voiceovers for Disney. She has this sense of entitlement, like she's really much better than people, but without the training. And this is what's so, I just can't understand. I cannot understand how someone like Meghan thinks that she just has this entitlement. But we know it's because she's always been given things that she's wanted in the past. And so now she feels like she's, you know, okay, give me still what I want. I'm in the royal family now, and people should honor that as being something very wonderful and its achievement. So hire me for acting jobs. Do what I say. Where are the A-list directors? I'm waiting. You know, this is her attitude. This is what I see. Yeah, so I think what she's read in this book so far is pretty true to what I've thought Meghan was anyway. As for Harry, he should have been instructive. This nonsense that she didn't at first know so much about him, I mean, please. You know what? And I say too, please, you knew. There's a picture of you in front of Buckingham Palace when you were in school and you didn't know anything about the royal family. Your friends say you had books with Princess Diana. So she knew. She knew. So the things that she's even said in interviews, people calling her out like, you didn't know who they were? Like, come on, girl, stop it. Just stop. She looked him up in books and she pats him like good boy. She even answers for him. Campbell also writes that Mrs. Harry planned financial deals for herself from the beginning. She went into the marriage intending to embark on commercial enterprises. That's something forbidden to the royals. Meghan is a fame addict, a good word to say for who Meghan, essentially who she is as a person. And the one thing I wanted to speak about in terms of her nonprofit endeavors, I think it's pretty shady that she's taken her Archewell Foundation to put it on the back burner because what? She has found more relevance in the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, why does she want to start a nonprofit? Ask yourself this, why? Because she wants people to see a humanitarian side of her. She wants people to see that she's willing to give back. It's kind of like the Angelina Jolie humanitarian ambassador, UN ambassador type role, who famous movie star, she takes on causes of the underprivileged, and then she still goes on to do big blockbuster movies, and she's able to be a movie star while at the same time doing things to care for those who are less fortunate. Meghan wants to start her nonprofit for that simple fact alone. The nonprofit that she wants to start has no foundation for anything that is slightly related to anything Meghan. Usually, if you're starting a nonprofit, you're doing it because it's something you're passionate about. There's something that is drawing you to create a foundation to help those who are less fortunate. But from the very beginning, no one knows what Meghan's brand is in terms of her nonprofit. She just wants to slap trademarks on everything, like trademark pencils, trademark paper, trademark clothes, trademark toasters, trademark any and everything. But what is your brand? Like, what is it that she's fighting for justice for? What is it that she's trying to bring more attention to? All she is thinking about is trademarking everything. And now her whole Archewell Foundation is not even on the front lines of anything, because now she's found more relevance in what's happening with the Black Lives Matter movement. And to me, that is so shady. That is so, like, you are so using this cause to benefit yourself, because you have no real ties to the Black Lives Matter movement. Your whole life have tried to be a woman who is Caucasian. You don't even accept the black family in your own house. So why is it that she thinks she can attach herself now to the Black Lives Matter movement? The one thing that she's trying to do to bring relevance to her trying to have a relationship with black people is moving her mother into her house. Because this is going to put her in the news. This is going to get her with pictures with her mother to show her relationship to the black people. You know what I'm saying? It really makes me upset, because she is using this foundation, the people, the cause, the mission, everything that they're about, the Black Lives Matter, and she's using it for self-promotion. And that to me is so dirty and so undermining of all the work that goes into this cause to help black people. But yet Meghan wants to prop it up on a pedestal so she can benefit herself. Who is she kidding? Who is she kidding? If you have a passion for something that you want to start a movement, a foundation for whatever it is this Archewell Foundation is going to be, then just do it and partner with the Black Lives Matter, but still keep your cause on the front line, because that is what is passionate for you. That is what you are all about. But all she seems to want to do is just drop what it is that she's trying to do and be more relevant in today's world and times. And I think it is one of those things that shows you who she really, really is. But like this book says, like Lady C's book says, and we're going to confirm all this, we're going to read the book, she's a fame addict. And I think one of the things that has really also hurt her is the fact that she became so famous exposed her. Meghan's fame exposed her for who she really is, because we have been able to see everything that she has been doing on the world stage by the photographers, by the people writing articles about her. They have told us who Meghan really is. And so the things that she was able to do when she was an unknown actress, being able to, meet with people and not have it written about, she could have done those things before. Her fame has exposed her for who she really is as a person. She almost wondered, does she really love Harry? So just let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that Meghan is a fame addict? I think she is, and explain why do you think she is. I think one of the things that showed me that she's really a fame addict is how she behaved at Wimbledon. Having all those, I just can't get that image out of my head, her doing something like that. That was just like, for real. Like, girl, she's got some issues. And how she treats her family is just really, really sad. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next. We know something will be happening soon, I'm sure. So, okay, until next time, you guys, peace and love. Bye-bye.